Day One Journey, episode 1092. Today, well, I wasn't sure if to do this episode like this, but yeah. Well, I got my vaccine today. I'm not here to tell you to take it, not to take it. I'm just sharing my opinion, and I'm not a doctor, and I want to share with you my view about freedom. Yeah. Right now, I live in Thailand. I have friends in Israel, and they share with me some things that are happening in Israel about freedom. So, I don't know where to start, but, well, okay, I'll start with myself. Did I lose my freedom getting my vaccine today? Well, I chose. So I had freedom. So I, with my specific situation, I didn't lose my freedom. Now, so there's many aspects and level of freedom. And I think sometimes we don't make these distinctions. And so I'll make one distinction. For me, losing my freedom is being in jail. It's a very specific freedom. Yeah, it's not like the book, what's the book? From the Holocaust, he wrote it. Either way, it's not that I don't have freedom to think what I want to think, but in jail, I have no freedom with, moving, transportation. I can't actually leave my jail cell. I'm stuck there unless I'm Superman. I can, But so for me, this is lack of freedom. Yeah. For example, I was talking to a friend of mine several times about relationships. She said, well, once she's into a relationship, she loses her freedom. Well, I would agree to an extent, but you chose to be in this relationship, and you can end this relationship. And then she says maybe, well, no, not really, because we have kids. No. You can, but there's a price. This is where, in my opinion, reality kicks in. There's a price. There's a price, unless the price is your life, okay? Unless the price is your life. So maybe this is not a price. But there's a price. There's a price. I try to focus not on other people giving me freedom. I get my freedom. So I can, and this is energy debate or energy question. Whether I'm in a specific country and I want to change what is going on. So I can start to change, and whatever people are trying to do wherever they are in the world, not happy about the government doing this or that, they can fight with the governments, and that might help. And if they fight, anyone that fights for what he believes in and it doesn't hurt me, I salute them. Now, do all the people that take the vaccine, that don't take the vaccine, do they hurt me? Well, I don't think so. Yeah, well, it's not someone putting a gun to my head. Yeah, so that's questionable. But I focus on my real freedom. I wake up in the morning, someone tells me what to do. No. So, for example, and I'm not trying to be righteous or something. I just share with you my opinion. So, let's say in Israel, the situation right now is not good. Yeah, and before that, it was even worse. People that didn't get the vaccine, they weren't allowed to go to certain places. So they say the government hurt our freedom. Well, yeah, part of it. But I focus, okay, I'm not happy here, so I can change. So they start to they try to change things. Well, that's amazing. They fight for things. Well, as long as it doesn't hurt me, I actually, well, I was about to say admire them. Well, it's inspiring to an extent. Someone believes in something and he fights for it. Well, but there might be conflict, yes. But right now, I don't see much conflict for me with my life. Because when I think about my freedom, specifically me in my life right now, maybe you can relate, but I'm talking about myself. I'm struggling financially. I want to win financially. Now, if I was in Israel right now, maybe I couldn't open my business and I can say the government is this or that, or I will probably be right. But nobody's stopping me to open the internet and learn new skills. I still have the freedom to do that. So someone took a freedom from me here. I can still focus where I do have the freedom. And this is where I try and I want to focus my energy on. Myself, building myself, skills, giving value to other people. If I actually want to influence other people, in the big picture, yeah, to be a leader, to be a thought leader, and let's say I have a specific opinion about, the vaccination, anti-vaccination, etc., yeah? I would still work on myself, my communication skills. I would think how much value I can give to people, so I actually have an audience, that they actually trust me, and then my words worth more. I call this power. I'm all about power, because power I can work on myself. Freedom, well, I understand that I live in a society. There's a government, there's rules, there's things, it's like nature. For me, I'm like in the jungle. Yeah? I wouldn't hurt the lion because it will kill me. Or like, for me, this is like, I just adjust myself to the environment. Whether I try to change the environment, well, this is a big thing. And right now, with the tools that I have, with the time that I have, with my age, with my goals, with everything, I decide to work on myself. At least I try to put most of my energy and effort in that. If my goal in my life is to change how society works with governments and stuff, maybe I would do something, I don't know, but it's not really my goal. I want to get to the people, and I don't need to be prime minister to do that. I don't need to be, well, no one is really stopping me. I wake up in the morning, I'm not in jail, I have the internet, I can learn whatever I want, and this is true freedom. Now, freedom is not something that fun. You need to make decisions, Freedom is not fun. It's easy when there's someone telling you what to do. Well, that's a different subject. Coming back to the beginning, this is a long video. Did I lose my freedom today? No, I make a decision. Do people lose their freedom when they don't want to be vaccinated and they can't go to places because of that? Yeah, they lose some of their freedom. But they still have the freedom to work on themselves, giving other people more value, becoming, rich financially, and move to another country. They still have this freedom. So I'm not saying they don't have freedom, because I just understand I live in an environment. Yeah? So they live in an environment and they don't like the rules. Well, they can fight and change it. Well, they try to do it, and this is nice. But if they're not, they can find a different environment. And you're not isolated. There are other people. And where there's no rules, it's the most powerful one. So when you're in the jungle, there are rules, no rules. Well, you need to get better. You need to be powerful, because when you're facing the lion, the tiger, if they are hungry, they're going to eat you. And nobody will take them to jail. So that's why I prefer to be in a city, not in the jungle. Because with this lack of freedom, I get some safety. Some people will jump and say, no safety, they trick you. Well, I wake up in the morning, there's no snake or tiger just out of my door. Yeah? There's running, flowing. Yeah, I'm in a city. There's things that actually, there are things that actually work. It's not perfect. Well, I chose my friend to be here in Thailand, not in Israel. One of the big reasons was the prices. Did I sit in Israel and complain about the prices? Well, I could have. Was I right? Yes, probably. Are the reasons why it's like? Of course, the reasons. But I utilized my own freedom. They took me one freedom. I still have a lot, because this is not the Holocaust. I'm not in jail. But some exercise their freedom to fight with the government and try to change things. I think it's as I already said, inspiring to a level. It's when someone fighting for what they believe it's, unless there's conflict. But I don't know enough about, choosing about the conflict. I know that I don't know a lot of things. At the same time, I know that I chose to take the vaccine. So, this is me sharing my opinion. Maybe loosely organized opinion. But, I don't know. I just shared. Day one. I share whatever I want. Have a good day. Day one. See you tomorrow. And by the way, I chose today, I took the vaccine. I also chose today to practice the Wim Hof technique, practice the breathing exercises, the ice shower, things that I believe impact the immune system. I believe, because I believe Wim Hof and one research, powerful research, but one research. So there's a level of trust, there's a level of belief. I chose to believe, so I practice my freedom to choose what I believe. Nobody forced me. Some people might argue with me that someone forced me. Well, I don't agree. Either way, have a good day. Day one. See you tomorrow.